はい。では、この間ちょっと録画を忘れてしまったので、ヘアロハのホノルル説明したいと思います。Sorry, I forgot to record the Aloha no omele, the explanation part at the class the other day. So I am going to record that explanation right over here. Okay. So on the papers, He Aloha no Honolulu, let's see the text. He aloha no o Honolulu ika ua ku kara hale. So he aloha the love. So on this part it says that a farewell. This person is leaving Honolulu and going towards to somewhere else, right? Okay. So the he aloha no o Honolulu. So leaving the Honolulu, farewell to the Honolulu, and loved indeed to the Honolulu. Ika ua ku kalahale, so that rain, what kind of rain is that? Is ku kalahale. So ku kalahale is the name of the rain and wind famous at Honolulu. Okay. Right, so if the people heard that a ku kalahale name and they instantly thinks about the Honolulu. Oh, they're talking about Honolulu. Okay, so kanuku a o mamala. So nuku means tip or the entrance. It's something that's sticking out. Yeah, nuku. Yeah, so in this part, what tip, what entrance is a o mamala. So mamala. The mamala, so I'm gonna explain about the mamala. So mamala is the bay name in Honolulu. Which is kind of like Honolulu Harbor to Pearl Harbor. All those areas used to called as Mamala. Yep. Okay, and this harbors, those bay, named after the shark woman who lived at the entrance of Honolulu Harbor and often played konane. So konane is a konane games, right? And I think I showed that. Let's see if I can show that. So konane game is kind of like the game they uses the black and white tone, right? Okay, so hold on. Okay, so this. Alright, so if you see the screen, this is the konane board, and then there is a black and white stones, and these, the big rocks was cut it, and then they prepared for the konane. So this is konane board, right? And then they use black and white stones, and whoever has more spaces on the board and has that the other side of the enemy's stone, that's the winner. Okay, so the black and white things in Japanese, we do eagle kind of things, right? So the Hawaiian people used to play this, and this is kind of like a strategy games. So that was made for teaching the keiki for that war strategy, how you can win, how you can defeat the enemies. Yep. Okay. Okay. So that shark woman, Mamara, used to often play this konane games. Yeah, so this konane game is nothing related about this He Aloha no o Honolulu, but it's just that was her favorite games. Okay. So this Mamara shark woman stories, it's kind of like the side of the stories of this one. It's nothing related. It's just named from her. But this harbor was named after her. And she had a husband called Aloha. And this woman, Mamala, the shark woman, she left her husband, Aloha. So the Mamala went to Honokaupu. And the husband, Aloha, stayed here. So Aloha, the husband, became that kind of like a shark god of Waikiki and the Coco Head area. Yeah, so this is just a side of the stories, so you don't need to worry about to remember those stories. But this Mamala Bay was named after the shark woman. Yep. Okay, and right after Okina'au, so that is meaning travel by sea. So either you go to the canoe or more like you don't usually swims, but a canoe or the boat. Yeah, big ship. Those are the things like you use as a verb. Au. Okay, and the a'ene mahope. So it says mahope on this paper, but this is the two word actually. It's mahope. Yeah, hope means behind. Yeah, so mahope, ihope, kind of same things. So mahope means behind. So the entrance to Mamala Harbor is behind us. So this person is leaving Honolulu. That's why the Mamala Harbor is behind, because you are leaving from there. Yeah? Okay. And the third line, kaumai ana mamua. So kaumai ana mamua. So mamua is also same as like mahope. Ma-mua. So it's supposed to be a two separate word. Ma-mua. Yeah, so mua means ahead or front. Yeah, we call it like imua, right? So same thing. Ma-mua, imua, same thing. Okay, so the ma-mua, ahead. So ahead is, so kaumai, to place. So there is something ahead of this person. Yes, so what it is, all right, so what it is that ika malu ulu aolele. So malu ulu aolele, there is a stories about that. Let me change that, the music. Yeah, just repeat he aloha no Honolulu. Okay, so malu ulu aolele. So lele is a shortened version of the name or the old name of Lahaina. Yeah, so Lahaina used to called as malu aolele. Yeah, so the Lahaina used to call it as malu aolele. So that was a name, right? And then why there is a ulu in it? It's because Lahaina, the lele, was a famous place to have a lot of ulu tree. Yeah, that's why there is a malu, the shade, ulu, the ulu tree's shade, aolele, at lele. Yeah, so that's the malu ulu. Because there is lots of ulu trees, there is a malu, the shade by the ulu tree. Yeah, and that's why this is kind of like the names of the Lahaina too. But malu itself means shade, quiet, peace. Ulu meaning ulu tree, breadfruits, and also the round. Yeah, and aolele, so Lahaina's shorter name. Yeah, so ahead of this person, there is malu ulu aolele, malu aolele, which means the Lahaina of Maui. Yeah. Okay, so the first line, kukui a mau. So kukui, the kukui is very important plants for our Hawaiians, because the Hawaiian people used to produce the oil from a kukui, and they use that oil to make the candles or burn the light. Yeah, so the kukui is something that gives their life, their nighttime life, the light. Yeah, so the kukui lei we have, whatever we will have ritual, like important ritual in Hawaii, we need to wear kukui. We always wear kukui. It's because kukui is a very famous and important plants for Hawaiians, and as the spiritual meaning of the kukui, that gives us the light, also that gives us the enlightenment. Yeah, that's why we always wear kukui for that ritual. Okay, so kukui, so in this time so this one has okina a, but I think it is the last a supposed to have a kahako on top of it. Yeah, so so that is meaning to burn or to glow. And mau is ever, forever, or ever. Yeah, so there's something the light glows forever. What it is lighthouse in this case. Yeah, so that's why the explanation or the translation is a lighthouse. Okay, and pio ore. So pio ore. Pio means extinguish. Kieru, right? Pio. Ore means not. So not extinguished. Yeah, and ika ua ura. So ka ua ura. So ua ura means red rain. Yeah, so this direct meaning is the lighthouse. It is not extinguished by the red rain. Yes, a red rain. What is a red rain is? So the kaua ura, which is a strong mountain wind, and that is often destructive at Lahaina, Maui. Yeah, so it's associated with the Lahaina. Yep, and that literal meaning is red rain. So referring to red soil washed away by a storm. That's why it looks like a red rain. Yeah, so the ke kukui pio ole I ka. Oh, I'm sorry. Why there is ka? Oh, sorry. Okay, so this part. So ke kukui pio ole I ka ua ula. So that's the word, the light not extinguished by ka ua ula. So this word is the famous one amongst the Maui people, which is saying like our light is never being extinguished by anything, even that strong wind like Kauaula cannot extinguish our light. So that's the pride of Maui people, right? Okay, so the second verse. Okay, the au aku ike kai loa. So au means that travel by sea, right? And the aku means away. That's a directional word. So directional word from the speakers. So which is going away from the speakers. Okay, and then ike kairoa. Kairoa means big ocean. So that's why that translation has the great sea. Okay, and oni mai ana o uporu. So oni means reach out. Okay, so getting away the great ocean and now reaching out to o uporu. So uporu is the name of the point which is located in Kohala. So so if you see that a big island, the nose point tip, the point which is that part is called uporu. Yeah, if I wonder if I can show that on the map. Okay. Okie dokie. So, alright, so I'll share this map. Okay, so the one it has a point, the red pin. This is the part, it's called uporu. Yeah, it says uporu point. Yeah, so this is the northern tip point. Alright. Okay, and ho'okomo means to enter. To where? Yeah, Mahukona. So the Mahukona is the harbor name of Kohala. Yeah, so now they're talking about the Kohala and the Kamakani, the wind, apa apa a. So the apa apa a is the name of strong wind associated with Kohala. Yeah, so now they're talking about the Kohala, right? So apa apa a is the strong cold wind at Kohala. So if you say apa apa a, everybody knows you're talking about the stories in Kohala. Yep. Okie dokie. Right, the next line, it's e vili oe. So really means turn, but as listening to the lyrics of the song, it sounds like it's wiki for me. So wiki means hurry. Vili means turn. Right? So that this translation, it says your turn. You should turn. Right? But it works even with that you should hurry. Yep. So the wiki shuttle is in the Honolulu airport. If you go to the Daniel K. Inoue airport, there is a shuttle. It's called wiki. It means hurry. But it is not really hurry. Yeah. Okay, so oe appa. Appa means also, and I think this part is also Okina APA, and the last A should have akahako, which means raw. Yeah, so you better hurry to roll. Eya o kawai hae, and here is kawai hae. So hold on. Okay, so here is Kawai High. So the Kawai High is the area name in Big Island. So it's Kailua Kona side, so the north side of Big Island, right? So the Kawai High, okay, and the Ho'ohai High is two T's. Yeah, and then two T's. So the translation says bothered. So bothered by the Nauru. So Nauru is the name of the breeze with the sudden shower in Kawai High. Yeah, so this Nauru is associated with Kawai High. Right, and Kamakani, that's wind. Kuehu ale. So I think that's a two separate word. Kuehu and ale. Yeah, so the kuehu means brandish sea spray. Yeah, so the brandish means throw up or throwing away. Yeah, and ale means the wave. So the wave is brandished. Yeah, so you will see the sea sprays everywhere because of the wind. Yeah, so the Nauru and there is a kama and kamakani kuehu ale. So this kamakani kuehu ale is the explanation of Nauru. So what kind of wind, what kind of breeze is that? Yeah. All right, then the third verse. Okay, the third verse, ha'alele. Ha'alele means to leave, where this is leaving. And ka mauna loa, so the ka mauna loa is that boat name on this case. So this is the first time we got the boat name, canoe name. So the ka mauna loa, and that's the name of it, and mauna loa is leaving. And i ka pohu la'i au kona, leaving to the kona. And i ka pohu, pohu means calm, and la'i means calm too. But at the same time, pohu is name of the wind associated to kona. So it can be a double meaning kaona. Yeah, the pohu, calm, or also the name of the wind associated to kona. Yeah, la'i calm of kona. Okay, so that the Mauna Loa, the boat Mauna Loa. So I think there is an explanation. I think I have that. Okay. So the Mauna Loa is a steam-powered cargo ship, and it was sunk in the bombing of Darwin in February 1942. It was named the Mauna Loa on 1934 when the Matson Navigation Company bought it. Yeah, so this probably were written in between 1934 to 1942. Yep. Okay, so the Mauna Loa boat name. Okay, and the second line, ho'okomo, to enter. Two, yeah, ho'okena. Ho'okena. Oh, I'm sorry. That the third verse, that first part, ha'alele ka Mauna Loa. So Mauna Loa is leaving. Ika pohu la'i au kona. So that very calm kona. So I'm sorry. That is my heba, that this boat Mauna Loa is leaving Kona and now heading toward and entered to Ho'okena. Yeah, so now it's on the Big Island west side. All right, the Ho'okena is the Big Island west side of that area. And the Ika Peba, Peba means tail in Ao Kamamani, of the mamani fish. So I'm sorry, manini fish. So the manini fish in English, it's called reef surgeonfish. But the manini fish is kind of famous amongst the Hawaiians, so the Hawaiian people eat it. But it's not that big fish, manini fish. So the tail of the manini fish. So this boat Mauna Loa is coming into the Ho'okena like the manini fish tail. So moving the tail, right? So can be there is like that. There's a lot of coral. You have to avoid to not to hit it or something like that. Let's see if I can have that manini fish. All right, so okay, so that's the manini fish. You can probably see here. Okay, so this is the manini fish. Yeah. Yeah, in Japanese, it's like shimahagi. right? Okie dokie. All right. Okay, the third line of the third verse. Haina mai kapuana. I'm gonna tell the stories again, right? Oka heke no na kona. So heke is the best, right? Indeed, no. Na kona. Kona is the very best, right? So which is kind of weird. That title is He Aloha no o Honolulu. So the love indeed to the Honolulu, but it can be like farewell to the Honolulu. We can understand it in that way. Yeah, and no kona ke kai marino. So indeed, that kona ke kai, the ocean, is marino, smooth, right? And kaulana means famous, and ika lefu means multitude. So the bunch of the populations, the population of the kona. Yeah. Okay, so the Kona is very peaceful, and the multitude of people, that populations over there knows about it. It's famous about it. All right. So the Huapala has the explanation. Huapala has all 5 verses. So the one we will dance is only has the 3 verses. Yeah, but all 5 verses the Huapala has it. But normally even that singer will not sing third and a fourth verse or something like that. It's skipped. Okay, so the Huapala explanation, Loto Kauve, so Lot Kauve is that the person who composed this one. Yeah, so Lot Kauve was an accomplished singer, dancer, musician, composer, and an entertainer whose talents went beyond the stage. He was known to set his indiscretions to music veiled in kauna, and this is one of his best known compositions and tells of his return home from Honolulu to Kona. Yeah, so his house is the Kona, and he's leaving Honolulu and going back to the house in Kona. Yeah, aboard the inter-island steamboat Mauna Loa. So the verse 1, the house is many instances is symbolic of the long-term lovers. Yeah, so this is talking about the long-term lovers. Which one it is talking about? That is Ku Kalahale. So the name of the wind in Honolulu on the first verse. Yeah, the first line, Ku Kalahale. If you break down that, this Ku Kalahale is Ku Kala Hare. So the long house. Yeah, so the long time lived on that house, which is talking about the long time relationship he had. Yeah, so that's kind of being a kauna too. So it can be like he's leaving this long time lover and going back to Kona. Yes. Okay, so that can be the kauna of this person is leaving that lover. Okay, I think that's it for the explanation. Okay, all right, then we'll see you on the next week. Thank you.